Hello Stampers, I've got a chill card for you today. This is one to send somebody that you want to relax. So we're going to be putting this card together and we're going to be using the Rest, Relax, Enjoy stamp set from Stampin' Up. Pretty stamp set. You can make candles out of these bottles. There's one for like a push top. I'm not sure what you call this top here, but there's different lids for these. And plus they have some foliage that you can use. And so that's what I did here. I put some foliage behind my bottle. If you look closely, you can see it through the bottle, like there's liquid in there that you can see through. And so we're going to be doing that today. So let's get going. Now I have a piece of basic white cardstock. It's 3 1/4 by 4. And you can find all the dimensions for this card down below this video. Just click more under the description. You'll see all the dimensions there along with the links to the products that I use for this card. That'll take you directly to my online store where you can shop with me 24/7. So we're going to start with kind of our background here. So we're going to be working from our background forward. And I just need a Post-it note. And I have a 3 by 5 Post-it note here. So we're going to cover up the bottom like inch and 1/4, just like that. And I line my Post-it note up with one side of the cardstock so I have it straight across. So that's an easy way to do that. And now I'm going to grab some Crumb Cake ink and a blending brush for this. I'm going to be putting the shadow on the wall plus the shadow of whatever it's setting on here. So I'm just going to use a little circular motion here. Put some color along that Post-it note edge there. Just like that. And you kind of want it to where it's like kind of rough at the top. It's not like a straight line. So what I do is I just wait for my color to run out really well and then I go a little higher. So that is that. That is on the wall. We're going to take this Post-it note off. We're going to flip it around and we're going to put it back on. Only we're going to have like a 1/16 of an inch of our color showing above the Post-it note here. Need to make sure I've got this on straight. There we go. And then we're going to take that same color, that Crumb Cake, and we're going to do that same thing. Only I don't want to go all the way to the bottom of the cardstock. We're going to leave a little of that white showing at the very bottom. There we go. And like I said, that shows that you have like 2 levels here. There's a wall here and then whatever, it's probably a countertop, I would think. There at the bottom. Okay, so we got that going. Now we need some foliage. And we have some pretty foliage going on in this card. I'm using this stamp out of that Rest, Relax, Enjoy stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp this multiple times with Old Olive ink. And I'm stamping it so it's like behind the bottle. And bring it out here some. So we've got it going that direction. Now I'm going to turn my stamp and we're going to go the other direction. This is such a fun little card to make. There we go. So that was our foliage for it. And now I'm going to get some Memento Tuxedo Black out. And I'm going to stamp my bottle. So I selected the large bottle shape out of the stamp set. And I'm going to stamp it to where it's like in the middle of that foliage. There we go. And the bottle is sitting on the countertop. So make sure that base of the bottle is on this part, not up here. Okay, so we have that part done. Now we're going to stamp the top. I decided to use like the squirt top Memento Tuxedo Black again. I'm going to bring this down, so I better stand up and do this. There we go. It's so easy to make these bottles. All right, so we got that done. And before I put that Memento Tuxedo Black up, I'm going to go ahead and do our sentiment. It says, rest, relax, enjoy. And we're going to put that along the bottom here. There we go. Cute, cute. Okay, now it's time for some coloring. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some color up here in the top of our scene first before I get to coloring the bottle. Then we will have our background all the way done. Now this is Peach Pie that I'm using here. I'm just starting in one corner. And I'm just going to kind of go around this bottle a little bit there. And I left plenty of white between the crumb cake and the peach pie. That peach pie is really pretty. All right, we got that done. Let's get her all colored here. So I'm going to take a basic black Stampin' Up blend. This is the dark basic black. I use the brush end here, and I'm going to kind of go around the outside of this bottle. Down the sides here. I'm inside the bottle. I'm not doing this outside the image. I'm doing it inside the image. And then for the bottom, I'm going to make a hump here and then color this in. That will be where our liquid, where our base is like sitting on there. Okay, so we got that done. Now here, right below the shoulders, I'm going to make a line, a swoop line there, okay? And then I'm going to do a fine line. I'm going to go to the tip of my marker and make like a cat's eye here. So that's where our liquid top is. Super simple to do. Then I'm going to take a light copper clay marker and I'm going to color in the entire bottle here, not the cap, but just the bottle. I love these Stampin' Up blends because you can just color away and you don't have to worry about streaking. They're really nice. Okay, so we got that going. That was the light copper clay. We're going to go to dark copper clay here. And this bottom part here, where my liquid is, I'm going to do dark copper clay. I like building up that color. I know you're probably like, well, Michelle, why did we color that the light copper clay if we're just going to color over it? Well, it builds up that color, so I like that look. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of go around the shoulders of this bottle. Because I want the bottle to look like it's brown. And the liquid is kind of clear. Okay, so I want some yellow in here, so I got the Dark Daffodil Delight marker. Just kind of coloring over that top there where the liquid is, making it glow a bit. I like that. Okay, so we have the light basic black, and that is what I'm going to color my cap in with. Because you can see the line still when you color it with the light black. I think the dark black would be too strong. And there's like a little piece of like where the tube is. I leave that just white. So there is our top colored in. Oh, well, we're just moving right along here. All right, so we got that scene done. So we're going to just set it aside for a minute. Then I have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock here. They're 1.5 inch by 2 inches. So we got 2 of them here, and we're going to do some distressing on these. I'm going to bring out my crumb cake again. And my blending brush. There it is. Right on my desk, right in front of me. Okay, so I got crumb cake and a blending brush here, and I'm going to distress the edges of this. Go around the edges with your blending brush. Now I just really inked up my pad, so my crumb cake's pretty dark, and I like that look. So if your crumb cake's really light, you might want to add some ink. Okay. So we have that on that square. We're going to do the other square the same way. Get it some distressing going on here. Just around the edges to get those edges dark. Okay, and I'm also going to distress my main panel here. So we have everything coordinating. Got some dark edges. That'll save us so we don't have to put a dark panel behind it. That's cost effective. Yeah, there we go. So we have that done. Okay. And now I want to add some of that peach pie in. I'm going to add that just a tiny bit of that. I want to kind of wipe this off till almost all the ink's gone, and then I'm just going to add that little peach pie to the center, just so it's got a little glow to it. Okay, so there are those colored. I'm going to bring back that crumb cake here. And I'm going to bring back our sentiment stamp. We're going to use the sentiment stamp, the same one that we used at the bottom of this panel here. We're going to use it, and we're going to stamp just some of these words on our little squares here. Now I'm moving this around so you get bits and pieces. And I'm putting them fairly close together. I just want some of that writing all over them. Do the same thing for the second one. So just the end of that there. Great way to get more use out of the stamps is to use them for little background pieces like that. Okay, before I put that crumb cake up, I'm going to stack these over here. I have a Crumb Cake Designer Series paper piece here, and this came out of the Neutrals pack, the Neutral 6x6 pack. And I'm going to distress the edges on this before I put that crumb cake up. And then we're going to have, you know, everything like coordinate, all distressed. So that panel is finished. So now we're going to start putting things together here. I have my card base here, and this is Pecan Pie, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, and I folded it in half to create my quarter card. And then I'm just going to use a bone folder and just make my crease really nice. I like to do it on both sides. There we go. Then you can either stamp on this before you put it in, or you can leave it blank like I'm doing. I'm leaving it blank because I don't know what I want to write in it yet. This would be an awesome project for somebody you wanted to give a gift card to a day spa or something like that. Pedicure, manicure. Or if you just want to write a note of something, you know, to make them relax. All right, so we have our crumb cake panel in there. That crumb cake panel is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to put our designer series paper on. I love those little 6 by 6 packs. I think the prints this year are really pretty. We're using this stripe. Okay, so we have that on. Now we're going to kind of see where we need to position this piece. I'm just going to lay our main panel on here. Now I want to put this on. I just want to see about where I want it. I think that's good. Just going to glue this on. One's going to go underneath and one's going to go on top. There we go. Then we'll put our main panel on. I love distressing. I don't do it quite enough. You know, sometimes you forget those oldies but goodies techniques that we learned way back when. Okay, so this one we're going to put on here. Kind of angled it in on top of the card. There we go. So there is that. Now I just want a little bling. And I'm going to use the Iridescent Pearls Basic Jewels. These are look just like the regular pearls, only they're iridescent. Super pretty. Okay, if I can get it open here. You can use your pick your tool or whatever you need to do to get your little pieces off of the cardboard. I'm just going to use a little pair of scissors. And I'm going to use just a few of these. And I'm going to put them in our little foliage there. These are little cost-effective little pieces here. Got to put 2 together there, and then I'll put some on the other side. There we go. Oh, maybe one more. I want it to look a little more symmetrical. There. So there's our little pearls on there. Cute, cute. Guess what? We're done. Our card is done. Here's the original. I hope you enjoyed this project and that you give it a try. Thanks for joining me today. Take care. Toodles.